Hey, it's Penny with Rediscover Your Shine, sitting out in nature, neutralizing my nervous system and watching the river go by and listening to all the insects and the birds and just having a conversation with myself, actually. And I was just thinking how I've had a lot of therapy over the years, and probably the best therapy that I have given to myself in the past 2 months is to stop doing and just be, and to sit in nature and to listen to my thoughts. They were intense at first with a lot of emotion behind them. And as I've been able to move them through my body with shaking, dancing, hugging trees, exercising, yoga, intentionally having conversation with, let's say, anger, and being like, hey, how are you? Not good, angry, pissed. Yeah, I want to yell, scream, kick. Okay, let's do some of that. What if we could do some of that right now? And then let me check in with you and see where we're at. And so that's just kind of in a nutshell what I've been doing. And yesterday, I actually think this has so much to do with the moon, because the full moon is on the 6th, and the moon is in Chiron, which is the wounded healer. And the meditation that I listened to last night just kind of blew my mind a little bit, because yesterday, before listening to about the wounded healer and whatnot, it's about embracing your shadow, right? Truly embracing your shadow and what gifts can it bring to your life. I had a conversation with anger, guilt, shame, grief, judgment. Trying to think what else. Anyway, probably about 8 or 10 different aspects of my personality that I have been keeping shoved behind a door for many, many, many years, because I was not taught that they were okay to express, right? And so I didn't know how to express them, one. Two, the expressions that came of them were from a much younger version of myself. And so I had this incredible conversation with each one of them, and found out, what they needed to be heard and what can they bring to me now at this stage in my life as a gift. Anger can bring me clarity, great clarity. Just for an example, grief can bring me compassion. My neediness can bring me comfort. All of these things are within us, and we try to segregate and fragment our personalities and only allow certain parts of us to show, right? It's just been so fascinating. The little bugs are coming out. To have this realization, and then to listen to that, it just blew my mind a little bit. That meditation from Crystal Heinemann on the Psychic Soul, really wonderful meditation to listen to right now. October 6th, 2025 is what I'm talking about. That is the full moon. Give it a try. Anyway, pause, spend some time with your feelings. They have deep messages there, and I've been told that for many, many years, but I've never been able to sit with myself. And I've been grounded now in this lovely, quiet little town, and I've been processing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff with nature as my number one listener, and journaling. And I do have support as well, but primarily I am my best support. I can only love myself. No one else can love me how I can love me. Only I can listen to my feelings. I mean, if I get twisted up and really caught up in a dysregulated nervous system, there are times that I can get caught and really need some assistance. But for the most part, since I started doing the the regulating tools that I've learned with Sarah Baldwin on navigating your nervous system every day, whether I'm feeling off or not, I'm just doing them. It's bringing this great awareness to me about when I do start feeling off. It's much quicker. I can nip it in the bud. I pause, I stop, I do a regulating tool. I check in with my nervous system. Where are we now? And it's just been truly miraculous. And I'm just so grateful that I've taken my anxiety from probably a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10 down to, on some days, 0. I do feel a lot of energies around here, especially today. Wow, I was hugging the trees and they were like buzzing. And I've just learned, like, you know what, this isn't mine. It doesn't mean I have to attach a story to it. I don't have to create anything around this energy I'm feeling that I'm not sure why it's here, but it's not mine. It's not mine. So yes, does it feel like anxiety? Surely it does. Surely it can. And I can just breathe through it and do a regulating tool and bring myself back to a place of calm. So I encourage anybody who is, I don't want to use the word afraid, but like I was afraid of myself. I was afraid to feel things. And I have been, here's the thing, your nervous system is not going to let you go through something that you really can't handle if you're balancing yourself out. So it's going to let you know right away. I highly recommend learning some regulating tools. I highly recommend Sarah Baldwin. She has been the missing puzzle piece, and I am just catching the moon is just coming up over the trees across from me right now. So anyway, happy almost full moon, everybody. Be true to you, be good to you, be kind to yourselves, and love yourselves deeply. I have a lot of free tools on my website, more free tools coming. I will be doing some meditation walks in nature. I just don't think we need to suffer. We don't need to suffer. We can find little glimpses of joy. And then when you start building capacity for the joy, because your nervous system, if it's not familiar with joy and calm, it's going to be triggered. Trust me when I tell you that. And then you can get to the other side of it. But anyway, for now, over and out, I am going to enjoy this moon that's rising over here. Mwah.